Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another story time. I wish this one was clickbait. I really wish it was, but it is not. It's not. I'm not even going to do too much. We just going to jump right into the story. We set the scene. The story starts summer 2023. Raise your hand if that summer was terrible for you. Please, any other fixed signs? Scorpio placements? The astrology of that summer kicked my... That summer was my first single summer in so long, okay? I was free from my abuser. I thought I was I was for leaving. Shout out to anyone who's ever left, okay? But I thought I was like, whatever, ready to go on a date, blah, 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 blah. And so when a guy slid in my DMs, I replied. I replied, y'all, if you don't already follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Alicia Milan, I go live on TikTok pretty often, and there's always lots of men trying to get at me, lots of men who come to my Instagram DMs from TikTok, and I'm always like, y'all, not too much, because I'm not finding my husband from TikTok. Yet all my romantic options be coming from TikTok, and this one was no different. So this guy slides in my DM, says he found me from TikTok. We start vibing off the bat, we're chatting, texting, sending voice memos. He's like, oh my God, you live in Cali? I live in Cali. Where do you live? Oh my God, that's like an hour from me. We just vibed really well off the bat. We started texting, maybe a couple days later, we hopped on FaceTime, stuff like that. And then, we planned a date. And honestly, we went on a date, like 2 weeks into texting, FaceTiming, stuff like that. And it went well. It went well. So we kept talking, and then maybe a week or so later, we went on another date. That went well too. But this is where the story starts to get, First of all, before I even get into that, let's start the story with I should have seen the red flags even before that. Why, after the first date, like on FaceTime, did this man tell me he loved me? I mean, I know I'm pretty lovable, but what do you mean? Yeah, that was crazy. And before y'all even start, I'm not that type of person who's gonna say anything I don't mean. I don't feed into delusion. I literally was like, I don't think I know you that well for you to be saying that. Like, why do you feel that way? He like got super embarrassed and was like, okay, I just won't say it again. Yeah, you shouldn't. Anyway, so if you ever dated me, if you ever know me, I'm a stalker. I'm a stalker. I feel like if you're talking to someone exclusively, dating someone, whatever, you should be able to stalk. Like, I feel like anybody who says, oh, I'm not the stalking type, you're lying. You do a little bit, but you just don't want to admit it. I'm an open stalker, okay? I don't care. So I remember there was just this situation where I just like looked at his account and I just like asked him like about something I saw. Like, it was literally just a question, like who's this? Or something like that. And I remember I was just met with like so much like aggression, and like he was just like answered the question, but so much like, I don't like when people look at my stuff. Why do you gotta look at my stuff? Seems like you don't trust me. Ah. It was just like very weird. It was a very weird reaction, which I understand there's two sides of this, right? Because I've been on one side of this. I completely think that when you're talking to someone, it should be a safe space. Like, they should be able to ask you whatever, yada, yada, yada. And if they like have reactions like that, that's just not for you. But it's about like how you communicate it. I wasn't coming in, who the fuck is this? Accusing, blah, blah, blah. I literally just asked a question when he told me. I was just like, okay. Like, I was chill. I was like, oh, okay. But he just like kept going like, this is weird. You're weird. Why are you looking at my stuff? It was just really weird. And like, he was kind of being really hot until I started crying because he was literally making me feel bad. And then it was just a whole situation where I was just like, if someone's gonna act like that over me simply communicating something on my mind, maybe he's not the dude for me, And so I told him that, and he was really like, are you sure? Like, blah, blah. It was just a situation like that. I'm like, yeah, nothing against you, but I think I just think maybe we shouldn't talk anymore. And he was like, okay. And I was like, okay. But I'm stupid. Here's the thing about me. My intuition does not lie. And I should have left the situation at that. Like, I didn't have any anger to him. I didn't feel any ill will to him. But it was just like, I was like, this doesn't seem like a good like sign to see early that you react like that over me asking a simple question. Like, it's giving you won't accept who I am. But one thing about me is I feel like it is really hard for me to like let go, because I'm not someone who just dates or talks to anyone or has conversations. Like, when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to only you and you're talking to only me, and we're locked in and I can ask whatever I want because I'm crazy. Like, if someone is like weirded out by my questions or like the way I am, then I just feel like they're not for me, which I think is 100% accurate, because you know, it's led me to the place I am today in my love life. Anyway, but I started second guess myself when I did that, because it's like he was so aggressive and like rude, and then like the switch from apologetic to consoling me when I started crying and said I didn't want to talk to him. Like, I feel like the manipulation played with my head, and it made me think like, am I just running away from the situation? Is that not like cut offable? Like, I started to second guess myself. And yeah. On top of that, even after the phone call, when I broke it off with him, he was still texting me nice things. Wish you the best. I enjoyed our time. Like, y'all know how manipulation works. But anyway, so I'd say maybe a week or two go by and I was feeling like this. And I saw that he watched my story, because when I'm done with people, like, I unfollow them off of everything. And I texted him and I was like, I saw that. I saw that. Because obviously I still kind of liked him. Like, if it was someone I didn't fuck with and I saw they viewed my story, I'd be annoyed. But I was still kind of like, oh, what if I made the wrong decision? And y'all, he gagged me so hard. You want to know what he replied back? Like, I texted it on message. He said, who is this? I was like, it's Alicia, da, da, da. We started talking. I'm like, why did you watch my story? He's like, oh, my coworker, we were talking about like who we talked to latest, and I showed him your account. I'm like, okay, well, to show your coworker, you don't gotta watch my story. Yeah, that's what I thought. But anyway, we just ended up having this whole conversation. He was like, I really miss you too. At first, he was kind of being like cold to me. And y'all, this is why. This is one of those boys, one of them. I've never gotten cut off. I cut everybody off. Like, he was really weird and like proud of that, which I should have saw as a red flag early on. But yeah, nigga, the first one to break it off with you, of course your ego's a little hurt. But I can't even say anything, because look at the position I was in then. But best believe by the end of the story, y'all will know I got the last laugh. Scorpio's on top. He was being like a little cold, but then he started being like, I really miss you too. Like, it sucks the way things ended, blah, blah, blah. And this is one thing about this dude, where I feel like when you care for someone, you make time. It was always like yeah, I miss you too. I'm like, okay, can we call and talk about it? Oh, like, I'm busy right now, or I'm tired from work, blah, blah. It was like this whole long process. We got on the phone. I thought everything was cool, but again, he was just acting hella butthurt again, like, about me cutting him off. Like, get over it. And I'm playing. But we eventually were just like, oh, okay, we're gonna meet up, or we're gonna keep talking, whatever. And then, y'all, this was a whole situation. I think like the next day, he was like, actually, I don't think we should talk. Like, I don't want this, or I don't have time for this. I don't have the space for this right now. Again, like very cordially manipulative, like the first time. And I was just like, okay, because that's my thing. Like I said, it's very hard for me to let go if I feel like I haven't like tried everything or like given every chance I had. So I was like, okay, I came back and, you know, I wore my heart on my sleeve. I expressed that I still liked him and stuff. And like, he just fully rejected me and said like, I don't think we should do this, blah, blah, blah. So like, when I get that type of closure, if I'm like, okay, like I did try and this is what happened when I tried, So I was just like, okay. Again, y'all, the manipulation. I remember, like, he gave me this whole long thing about why he didn't want to talk, like, trying to let me down, and I literally was just like, okay. Like, it was like that type of situation where they're like waiting for you to start crying or waiting for you to like throw a fit. Like, he was just like, okay. I'm like, yeah, like, if you don't have time for this, like, okay, I hope you have a good summer, blah blah blah. That's cool. We don't work out, no hard feelings. And he was just like super shocked. But anyway, I was just like, bye. So we ended the call. And that should have been the end of it, y'all. It should have been the end of it. But it wasn't. Because like I said, I'm a little so like 2 weeks later. Okay, so like the whole 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks after that phone call where we ended things again. Literally, y'all, that whole time span, we talked for like a month, went no contact, and then when we decided we were gonna talk again, it was literally like 2 days. And then ended again, and then 3 weeks, and then now we're up to par. The whole 3 weeks after, like, he said he didn't want to do this, and I was just so calm and accepting of my answer and ready to move on, he was stalking me that whole 3 weeks, y'all. Watching my story, hearting my story, liking my TikToks, like, because I didn't block him. He was like, don't block me, like, so I was like, okay. But he would stalk me that whole time. But I'm like, I'm not feeding into it. Like, you are the one who said you didn't want to talk to me, so why are you doing this? Like, to be honest, the manipulation worked a little bit because it would make me think about him. But I was like, I'm not saying anything back. Like, boy, if you have something to say, you still have my number. You obviously have my Instagram. Like, if there's something you want to get off your chest, feelings changed, you can come to me. Like, I'm not going to do anything about this subliminal mess. So, eventually, he messaged me. Out of nowhere, one day, I got this text message from him. And it was just like, hey, like, I don't mean to bother you by hitting you up, but, like, I just can't stop thinking about you. Of course you can't, like.
Fire, just like this pussy.
I'm playing. And I'm not gonna lie, like, he was on my mind a little bit, and I was just like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I be thinking about you too, blah, blah, blah. And, like, he really had the nerve to try to just have a regular conversation with me, like, so how you been? Like, I know I was still kind of stupid for responding this time, but I wasn't extra stupid last time where I was just, like, taking whatever message from him that I could get. This time, I was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? How am I doing? I'm like, why are you texting me? Like, I was like, if you have something to tell me, you can tell me, but I'm like, we're not just casually gonna have a conversation. Like, we're done. We don't talk. We're supposed to be no contact. So I was like, what do you have to say to me? And he was just like, I just want to know how you're doing. They always want to just know how you're doing, huh? I'm like, no. What is the reason you texted me? He's like, because I miss you and, like, I want to talk to you again. I was like, okay, then you say that. And I'm like, and you're just texting me trying to make up a casual conversation. I'm like, if you have something to say about how you feel about me and stuff, I'm like, you need to call me and actually, like, tell me how you're feeling and all that. What does he hit me with again? What does he hit me with again? I'm really busy right now. I'm really tired off of work, like, can I call you later? So I'm like, okay. Like, boy, you're not gonna stress me out this time, even though he stressed me out again. The night goes by. Alicia, I'm just really exhausted right now, like, but I'm gonna call you in the morning for sure. I'm like, okay. The morning comes. Y'all, I don't hear from him all day. I mean, all day. Okay? I texted him a couple times, like, hello, when are we going to have this conversation? Because one thing about me is, like, a lot of times if there's, like, something wrong or something lingering, it's very hard for me to, like, operate, like, tell me what you need to tell me or I can't breathe or I'm gonna throw up, like, So I was just like, oh, like, what do you have to tell me? Like, what is this conversation gonna go? Like, blah, blah. And then especially not even being able to have the conversation, but not hearing anything. I was just like, what's going on? Like, when are you gonna call me? Blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, y'all, at the end of the day, I get a DM from him when I told you all this like back and forth has gone through on text. And it's like, hey, I'm so sorry. My phone broke, like my screen cracked. I can't see like anything. I'm literally texting you from my roommate's phone, but I'm gonna take my phone to get fixed after work, and then after work tomorrow, and then I'm gonna call you and we could really have this conversation, okay? Just again, try real sweet, real manipulative. I'm like, bro, like I've been waiting like 2 days to have this conversation. You made me wait all day yesterday and all day this day. And that's when I should have been like, nope, I don't want this conversation anymore. It doesn't matter what you have to say. If you can't find a way to, then that's what I should have did. But I didn't. But I learned very quickly. So I'm just like, I told him that, like, I'm tired. Like, you can't find a way to call me today. He's like, no, Alicia, please. I'll get my phone fixed tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna call you tomorrow for real. Don't worry. So I'm like, all right, bro. Tomorrow comes. I wake up and he has a story on Instagram. Like, just like a video of like him driving. I slide up. I said, I thought your phone was broken. Like, why you how you got time to make Instagram stories, but you ain't got time to have this conversation? And he's like, chill, bro. Like, I was using my roommate's phone still from Instagram. Like, but I'm gonna call you later today, okay? So I'm like, okay. The day goes by. No more posts, no more nothing. Y'all, I don't hear from him. And at this time, I'm mad, okay? Because I'm like, whether you had your roommate's phone, you could communicate to me again, like, my phone's still not fixed, or fuck it, I'm gonna just ask my roommate if I can borrow his phone for a little bit. Like, it's the effort that counts, okay? I'm an acts of service quality time girl, so this was really irking my soul. Nigga, your words don't mean anything. And the whole day goes by, I'm not hearing from him, so I send him again a couple follow-up DMs. I'm just like, when are you gonna call me? Because it was like end of the day, like 10 p.m. And I knew he got off of work at like 5. So I was like, are we having this conversation or not? Like, blah, blah, blah. And I see he starts reading them. I'm like, and then I get an incoming Instagram call. I answer the phone, and it's a voice that's not his. I'm like, hello? I'm like, hello? The guy on the phone is like, hey, this is Alicia, right? I'm like, yeah, who is this? He's like, oh, we gotta give him a name. We gonna call him Libra because he's a Libra. Oh, this is Libra's roommate. You know, I'm pretty sure Libra told you that he was using my phone because his phone was broken, right? I'm like, oh yeah, okay. He's like, I know his phone is broken and he didn't get a chance to like communicate with you, but like, I don't know. I just felt like I should tell you something because like I saw your messages and stuff, like, and I don't want to leave you hanging. I'm like, okay, what did you want to tell me? He was like, so Libra actually had a death in the family and he hasn't been home yet. I'm like, oh. He's like, yeah, he went straight from work to his mom's. There's been a death in the family. And obviously I know it's hard to communicate during that, but I saw your messages on my phone. So I just wanted to let you know. And I was just like, oh, okay. And y'all, well, I don't know if this is true to this day or not, but this is why you gotta watch your temper. Because I remember I was so close to that point of like texting rude stuff. Like, imagine if I would have like texted him like some using, and and then he came back and was like, someone died. That's why I didn't respond. Oh, I would have been gagged. So to his friend, I'm just like, oh, okay, thanks for telling me. I mean, just tell me to just tell him to hit me when he gets back, and you know, whatever, we could work it out. And he was just like, yeah, okay, bye, Alicia. I'm like, bye. So that was the third day, y'all. The third day my dumb was waiting around for this boy. Something told me the next morning when I still didn't get a response. I woke up like, hey, are you home or whatever? Still no response, nothing read since his roommates called me talking about the death. So something in my crazy Scorpio mind told me, like, I'm just looking at his account. I'm like, he hasn't posted anything, nothing different on Instagram, Twitter, nothing. He hasn't posted anything. So I'm like, dang. Something told me Look at his account from your spam. So that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. I look on my spam. He ain't got no story from my regular account. On my spam account, why he got a story? Oh, okay. I click on his story. It don't look like anyone died to me. It's posting like regular, posting stupid quotes. I'm gonna be the best father one day. What? I'm like, oh, so he thinks I'm stupid. I mean, I was acting stupid back then. That's not who I am today. It was a year ago. But I'm like, oh, he thinks I'm stupid. So immediately, the Scorpio me, I just start blowing up the DM. I'm like, you're dumb. I literally watched your story from my spam. I see you hid me from your story. Like, if there was something wrong, you could have just communicated. What are you doing making me wait for 3 days talking about you really want to make this work and talk to me? And you're, I was just going off on him and I was calling him because I really wanted to cuss him out to his face. But I'm glad to say he didn't pick up. Of course he didn't pick up. The roommate didn't pick up. I know somebody saw that phone blowing up. But I'm just like, I'm the type of person where I'm just like, I get angry, I cry it out, and then I literally get over it. Like, literally, I was like, dang, that's messed up. I cried a little bit, blocked him on everything, and I never looked back. I never looked back, because boy, like, that's the thing about me, is like, that's like really the only boy I've ever like been back and forth with, which was crazy to me. Like, love Lord, why you bother me when you know you don't want me? That was literally the theme of the summer. But normally I don't do that, and I would never do that again. But how did you get the last laugh, Alicia? Oh, I'm gonna show y'all with receipts. So I blocked him on everything. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, messages. I'm not the, oh, I want them to see me win. No. I don't want you to have any access to me ever again. I'm setting my boundary for life. So one day, y'all know the thing they say, how they're like, on with iPhones, if you block them on your phone, block messages still come through on your MacBook. And I'm here to confirm that is 100% true. Because this happened in like August. Why in September, I'm on my MacBook, I see a message in my messages. I'm like, but I opened everything on my phone. So I'm like, who is this? I go, and it's a message from Libra talking about, hi, how are you? What? And I'm gonna put the messages in this video too. Like I said, when I'm done, like I may have like a kind heart, want to give every chance I can, try the best, but when I'm over it, like when you really get me to that point, baby, you're never hearing from me ever again. And all my exes, anyone I've ever messed with, knows that, especially him. So I literally laugh. I'm just sending it to my friends like, boy, ain't no way he's texting my phone trying to do this again. Like, boy, do you not learn? Whatever. Me and my friends just all laugh about it. Point and laugh, everybody. Y'all, a couple weeks before Christmas, so September to December, why is he messaging me again? And see, y'all know how we talk about no contact and staying on business again, and people be like, ladies, don't text him, because imagine him being like, oh my God, bro, like this girl's really texting me again. Look, like she really can't let it go. I felt exactly like that. Like, what can I do to help him move on? Like, literally, I'm laughing at you with my friend. In December, I get another long message from him. Hi, Alicia, I know you're not obligated to respond, but I just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. I really want to know how you're doing. Like, please respond to me. Blah, blah, blah. Something along those lines. Again, I'm literally just like, bro, I didn't answer you. And now you're following up months later? This means you've been like, again, I'm sending it to my friends. We're laughing like, bro, what is he doing? Like, get over it. We only went on like 2 dates. Like, bro, like, it's crazy. And like, I get it, because I be stuck on people too, but it was just like, bro, like, you need to move on with your life. And Yeah. Scorpios always get the last laugh. Okay? Bet on that. Ladies and men and non-binary people, this is your daily reminder to stand on business, okay? Don't take anything less than you deserve. Trust your intuition, trust yourself and the choices you're making, okay? Because if not, you will get caught up in some love galore stuff like this, okay? Like, that's your reminder, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching another video. Please like, comment, and subscribe because I know you laughed a little bit and you want to hear more. If you're not already following me, please follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Alicia Milan so you can keep up with my daily yapping, laughs, healing content, all of that, okay? Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!